Check. And we are back with another Black with No Cream podcast. New episode every single Wednesday and Sunday. I am your host, Ben Haggerty, aka Ben Real vs. World. This is episode 42. Today, our special guest is rapper, singer, songwriter, Thutmose. Thut has been having an amazing hot streak for the past year and a half with his music after releasing a few songs online, including a Kendrick Lamar Humble remix, which went very viral on Facebook. Thut's story is super insane. He moved to Brooklyn from Nigeria after experiencing the Lagos Armory explosion, an accidental detonation of military high explosives at a storage facility near his home, which killed over 1,000 people and caused chaos in the city. With safety being a main concern, his family moved to America, landing in Brooklyn, New York, where they became harassed by SWAT and immigration. Fast forward to now, he has released records with millions of plays. He's opened for Billie Eilish on her US tour and is about to support Made in Tokyo's upcoming American-European tour. This story is incredible, and it holds a lot of value, if I do say so myself, for creators of all kinds. I encourage you to write down 3 takeaways after you listen to this episode. Feel free to share those with me in the comments when you finish. I think it's a good lesson. If this is your first time tuning into the podcast, you're probably wondering, what does Black with No Cream stand for? Black with No Cream is a private content creator group fueled by caffeine, or at least I take my coffee black with no cream, but you can drink or not drink whatever caffeine you fuck with and still be a part of our community. We are a private group on Facebook open to creators of all kinds, aka if you make videos, if you're a photographer, if you're a rapper, if you do marketing, management, editing, dancing, etc., all creators are welcomed. Our private group has been growing rapidly. We have a shit ton of members working together by sharing content. They're asking for feedback. They're passing tips and tricks along to one another with the goal of becoming the best motherfucking content creators on earth. And you can join our group if you want to by going to bwnc.com/join. We would love to fucking have you. Please join the group. All right, that's it. Enjoy the work week. Keep creating. Make sure to tune in every single Wednesday and Sunday for a new Black with No Cream episode. And without further ado, I bring to you my interview with Thutmose and the most epic podcast intro ever created right motherfucking now.
Attention.
If you stop this podcast recording at any time, you will die.
I don't want to die.
Do you want to live?
You have 24 hours to share this podcast with 5 people or you will die.
I'm kidding, you won't die. You're just weak shit for not sharing.
And the winner of the best motherfucking podcast goes to...
Black with No Cream.
What do you think?
It's so fucking dumb and so fucking Ben Haggerty.
I knew you would say that. And we are back.
All right, sick.
With another podcast. How's it going, bro?
Pretty good.
Thutmose. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, for sure. Thutmose.
Thut for short?
Yeah.
Can I say Thut for short?
Yeah, you can say Thut for sure.
Thutmose. This guy is mad talented. I already, like, at the beginning, I always, try to, like, give him insight before this shit starts. So
yeah.
they already know about your accolades.
Hey,
but
lit. Yeah,
tell us a little bit about you.
Yeah, I was born in Nigeria. Moved to Brooklyn when I was 8. I grew up in, pretty much raised in Brooklyn.
Since what, like, since you're like 9?
Yeah, since like 8, 9. And I was 8 going on 9. And I've been ever since. And I'm a musician. I make music. That's my passion.
Yeah, I was just telling him that because I got put on to you through my boy Dave, through his homie.
Hey, shout out to Dave.
Yeah, so Dave linked me with you and sent me like a couple of Apple, like whatever, Apple Music, just woo-woo.
Okay.
Yeah, so he sent me that one first, and then Man on Fire, and I was like, yo, this shit is fucking tight.
Thank
Super
you,
tight. And you like are singing on your records and rapping?
Yeah, both. Pretty much like a mixture of both. Like there are times where I go like full rap, and I just like want to go like bar for bar, just like I just want to go off. And there are times where I just want to like serenade somebody, like like have an earworm, and just like have something that kind of live in a different space. So,
right.
Yeah, so kind of a mixture of both. Trying to mix it up.
Dope. Yeah. So I really like the way, I don't know, I guess you're delivering your sound, and then I know that you've been just doing like, it sounds like in the last year and a half just had like an explosion in your career, right? Yeah,
for sure. I've been like, my first session was like about a year and a half ago in LA. Like
first recording session?
Yeah, like with a producer. Like before then it was just like me on YouTube, like looking for like thousands of beats, trying to find the perfect one, and then I ended up like creating like a few demos. And yeah, so like the first project I just dropped, Man on Fire, is like a lot of those are early works, so like it feels really good to have that out, and then like have more music coming.
Okay, so we'll get to that first, but let's dive back because I think it's cool to like run through your story a little bit. So Nigeria, you were born and raised there for the first like 8-9 years of your life.
Yeah.
And just from what I read on the internet, it's like it sounds like you had like it was kind of wild.
Yeah, it's pretty. I mean, looking back at it, for sure, it's definitely like a lot of crazy moments that happened, you know, like being in the midst of like a random bomb blast, you know, it was like an accidental, like something in the military happened and something went off and then it started going crazy.
Like near your home?
Yeah, like in the area, the city of Lagos, which where I was raised, and yeah, just like I mean, a lot of random stuff always happens because like you know you have like a lot of like intelligent people, but like not a lot of opportunities. So it's like there's gonna be a lot of crime. There's gonna be a lot of like corruption between like the government officials and just like stuff like that. So
what were like some of the main struggles? I mean, like you and your family, I'm assuming.
Just like the main struggles probably most of all just like trust and just like watching out for like people because like you know my dad lived in the United States. My dad was living in New York, and for the most part, like he would visit us like every 6 weeks. Not every 6 weeks, but like 6 weeks in a year. Right. So like you know, people just think when you're traveling back and forth, especially coming from the West world, you probably have like a shit ton of money. Right. So it's like you know a lot of people who don't have the opportunity to just like you know start like you know moving shady and just like so you kind of have to watch it back. So like you know like my dad had like a lot of times where people try to like set him up or just like you know just like try to robbed the house, you know. One time like a few gunmen like ran in the house and just like my mom was pregnant with me and my older brother was one and put a gun to her stomach, which is like, yo, give us everything you got. Like my uncle was like in the freezer or somewhere. My mom's best friend was underneath the bed, you know. Just like stuff like that. But like, you know,
damn, we could just off the allure of like
just like
dad just
he lives in the States and it's like, oh, the guy probably has money, and not knowing like if you're in the United States, like you're working to like better yourself. You like you know you might not be rich, you could be like a middle class or like low class person and still be traveling, you know, to like back to your spot. But like you know, perception is everything. You know, when people think of America, they think of like you know the golden ticket. Yeah. So just like you know, shit like that.
So then you know when you start growing up and you're in that environment, like what was it like, you know, building friendships and finding people that you can trust? Was it like hard to do that? Not
for kids, you know. For kids it's like a blur line because like you obviously your parents like let you be aware of like you know what's going on, like you know because there'd be times where like our moms would like show us like dollars or like euros, but like she would like take us to the room and just like don't tell nobody about this and like show us like different dollar bills, you know. But like you know obviously we'd be too excited and probably like talk about it like at school or something like that. But something like that is just like as a kid like, obviously you try to be like wary of it, but like you're still like happy to see your friends around the neighborhood. You're just like trying to be a little kid, play soccer, you know, just like you know fuck shit up,
man. That's so fucking crazy. I grew up in Iowa, bro, so I'm like from the middle of America in the cornfields. It's like completely different ways that we grew up and shit, so it's always fascinating to hear about other people's adventures, I guess, in this shit. But what was like some of the early foundations for your music then? Was like your family involved in music or anything like that?
No, not really. I mean, funny enough, I mean, Nigeria is a very musical like country as a whole. A lot of people like obviously play for church. It's a very religious spot. A lot of people like end up like playing in church, like going to church, and like you hear a lot of music. You put on the TV, you hear like the most popular song around the world. Like I listen to a lot of Michael Jackson. Oh right. Like you know, like I was a huge Michael Jackson fan. I'm still am, but my dad like listens to a lot of music. But, but I didn't figure it out till I moved to the United States until I lived with him like on like consistent basis. You know, my dad listens to like a lot of soul, a lot of like old school music. He has like thousands of vinyls. Damn. And shit, you know, and stuff. But like for me, like music, I feel like music is just. I feel like it was inspired by like my writing because I used to love writing all the time. Like poetry and shit like that. Yeah, just stories? Like you know, essays, stories, poetry. I just love writing and I just love you know because I was like coming to like so I moved to Brooklyn, and Brooklyn's another like crazy world, but like in a different way, you know, in a different way. I moved to East New York and Brooklyn, so people watching they know what East New York is about. So it's like always been observant, you know, like. At first, I wasn't the most outspoken person. You know, I was just like observing this new culture, trying to figure out where I fit in, trying to figure out like you know how to adapt. So like, for the most part, I just like a lot of my thoughts. I just like always like write them down. A lot of my ideas, like you know, I find myself like in a notebook or just like on a computer, just like you know,
just to get it out.
Yeah, just to get it out, and slowly, like my mom bought me a laptop in junior high school.
Yeah, sure.
And I just started diving deep into like hip hop interviews, like
just watching.
Yeah, watching. Like I love like interviews and like stuff like that. Interviews, documentaries.
What were your sources back then? Like, were you
just
on
like
blogs and shit.
Some blogs, but mostly like maybe like a Hot 97 interview, like a Breakfast Club interview,
Right.
like Angela Martinez.
Yeah.
Like any random documentary I could find that looked like crazy, you know.
Yeah.
That looked dramatic. What else was I watching? Oh yeah, Kendrick was coming up back then. So
which album at that time?
Probably like he probably just dropped Section 80 or was about to.
Yeah.
Either one of them, but like so I remember like watching him grow, and I was like, yo, this kid is crazy. Like,
right?
And then I started bringing my laptop to school every day, showing all my friends like, yo. And at the time, Meek Mill was hot too, so we used to like argue about Meek Mill with Kendrick. And I was like, nah, like Kendrick, this guy is like insane. Like something is just different about him. And then just watching him like evolve, like it just inspired me to like keep like cool. I would try like freestyling over like my laptop over like random beats like Tyga's like Rack City, like shit like that. It's like trying to imitate like my favorite rapper.
Right.
So like for me, I feel like that's where it slowly started. Like I started slowly getting interested in music. You know?
Right.
But it wasn't like appearing like I want to be a musician. It was just like
you're just doing it.
I was like I just love I didn't tell anybody at the time, like unless like a few friends.
Right.
To be honest, yeah.
So then I guess before the music thing starts, what was it like? Leaving Nigeria and come to America, especially like to come into Brooklyn. What the fuck was that like?
So random, because I didn't find out till like maybe a week or a few days before. Like
before you moved?
Yeah, I like my mom took us to church and then it's like 5, 6 women like around us, maybe like my mom's friends, like prayer friends. They start praying around us, and then I heard one of them like, oh Lord, protect them on their trip to America or something like that. And I was like, America? Like,
what the hell?
I'm like, what the fuck's going on? You know, and my mom told us like after like that service or whatever, like yeah, we're going. So like didn't get a chance to like tell friends goodbye. It was just like, yo, left in a few days. I mean, it's cool. I don't remember any of their faces right now.
Right.
But it was just like, quick. And maybe that has to do with like maybe like the trust like our parents didn't really have and like the people around. So we're just like, yeah, we're just gonna go and like not tell anybody, like not risk.
Yeah, because someone could stop this whole move.
Yeah, like they're leaving, like nah, not on my watch or some shit, some some envy or just some like evil
that's
shit.
Smart.
Yeah,
damn, man. Yeah. Some war shit. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So then, what was it like? You come to America for the first time. Like, what the fuck is it like?
I go to East New York. I was living. My dad was living in this apartment in like Star City, East New York. And like I had a stepbrother who was living there before, and then he ended up like giving like that space over to us so we could live there. And it was cool. Like I started watching cartoons for the first time, like consistently, because back then was very strict. School, go to sleep at this time. Like I found like Looney Tunes and like a bunch of like random shit, and I was up. I swear I didn't sleep for like 3 days. Like, just overloading on like cartoons and just like too excited. And then like a muffin, like just like trying to like learn some more stuff, And then like a SWAT team like raided like apartment like a few months. I had a month for like a few months like after I moved in.
The fuck?
Just like looking for like family relative, and then just like that was like another like crazy introduction to like
what it's like you can't get left alone.
Yeah, but it's kind of funny. At the time, I'm just like maybe chaos is just normal. Maybe just like just something that happens. Like just a lot of crazy shit happened when I was living in like.
That's so crazy that to have like at one point in your life, or well, I guess right before you were born, but like to have your mom have people kicking in the door, guns out, everything like that, looking for something specific, and then to have the people who keep you safe doing the exact same thing to you in America. Yeah, I know it's fucking rude and awakening.
Yeah, it's crazy too because I was in the living room too, so it was just me in the living room, and everybody else was like in the room. So I was like in like passed out in the living room. And I just heard like probably like 7 a.m., 6 a.m. I just heard like. Open the fucking door, and he had that fucking that thing. Yeah, that thing.
Damn.
So I just heard it, and I just got up and I just ran, and I run through the hallway, and I turned around, and I just see like the door like tilted, like halfway busted in, and I just see like this guy's in all black just like at the door, and I just I ran. I can't remember what I said, and I ran to my parents' room, and I don't know if I warned them. I just slid under the bed and they just ran in, and just like started like handcuffed my dad, and just like. My dad is in underwear. He's like pissed. He's like screaming. And, like, my mom is just like there scared, and she's like like half naked. Like I'm underneath the bed. They flipped open the bed, just like
grabbed you.
Just like not at first they didn't grab me. We were just like going to point it because just like I guess I ran underneath the bed. I'm just scared as fuck. So I was
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but that was a crazy.
But you guys were okay after that? Like, they didn't... Was there any issues?
I mean, they were there for like pretty much the entire day. They brought like dogs in and just like searching, like looking for shit, and I like still remember what they found. But yeah.
God damn, man.
After that, we were pretty cool. But it was just like, yeah.
So what was it like getting used to like living in New York beyond that point? Like, were you starting to get... Because you would automatically start going to school right away, right?
Yeah.
So were you connecting with people that way? Like, was it easy to like build friends? Really?
Like my first, I mean, okay. So my first year of school in 3rd grade, I walked in. Like, you know, I'm a brainiac. I'm just like in Nigeria they teach you like a year ahead. So I'm just like excited. Yeah, I'm just like excited for shit. I walked in the class. There's this guy called Gregory. I walked in, I'm like, you know, teacher sat me next to him. I'm like, what's up? He's like, fuck you. Like the first words. I'm like, what the fuck?
Damn.
I'm like, all right, whatever. So it's funny because we ended up being close friends like years down the road.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, but it was just like one of those like kids being dumb to each other. It was like,
yeah,
like 3rd grade was weird because like a lot of the guys hated me, I guess, because like I was like the new kid and like, you know.
Yeah, just like.
Yeah, and all the girls was like kept like he's a new African kid and like they seemed interested.
Right.
But I didn't find out till like a few years ago because like people would like hit me up like, yo, sorry for like 3rd grade or like sorry for like back in the day for like I threw a ball at your face. I didn't remember like half of like the things that happened, but like people like reminded me like, yo, I threw a ball at you one time. I'm sorry. I don't remember that. You know, I mean, it probably hit me in the face, but probably like maybe threw out my leg. I don't know. Maybe it's stuck on their conscience for like decades. I don't know, but
that's crazy.
Yeah, but it was just like at the time it was just like me trying to figure out like, all right, cool. I'm in a new spot. I'm in like a new spot. Like, all right, cool. What is it about? You know, like how do I kind of like communicate? Like people should watch some crazy movies and like, you know, this and but like, you know, yeah. I mean, I was into like a few stuff like Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, like shit people were into like here, you know. So trying to figure out like, all right, cool, is this what's cool here? Like,
did you ever do the Pokemon like when people would link up and like battle or whatever?
But nah, I tried. I tried. I wish I had somebody to battle. I feel like I would have kicked ass.
That shit was tight.
Yeah, I definitely had a few friends who was like, you know, and I used to watch commercials when he had that fucking like the entire that sleeve thing, and you could place a card. That was cool.
I know,
but I never had one though.
They had like a Toys R Us that we could go to, and everyone would meet up on Saturdays and like battle. And we went one time, and I thought it was so dope. I was like, we gotta spend all our money to fucking win this shit.
Like, battle.
Yeah, that game was fucking so lucrative. God damn. Yeah, well, so then what were you know, in that time frame? Was there anything you were talking about music kind of coming up, like you were rapping over people's beats? That was like high school.
Yeah, high school.
In high school time.
Yeah.
So were you doing anything? When was the first time you started really showing your music or posting? Like when was the first time you uploaded something?
First time I uploaded something when I went to college. Freshman year.
So high school was more just you kind of learning and experimenting. Just
junior year, I was just me, just like I was just excited about it, and I was just like going on my laptop everywhere. Senior year, you know, you and your friends like last year, you know, so it's like me. It was like trying to live in the moment. You know, so I wasn't like all the way into music. It was like I'm always a writer and I'm always writing.
Right.
But like music, I don't know. Like I had no clue like what kind of music I would be creating. Like, you know, no clue about producers, no clue about the industry, you know, stuff like that. So it just senior year was just me, just like trying to like, you know, enjoy the last times with like my high school friends. You know, and then, you know, and
Did you have like any standout? Do you remember any like teachers or anything as far as writing goes, like that helped you, or was there any mentors at that time? Like
most of my English, I love most of my English teachers, because they loved me, and then they just always loved my writing, and so like we always got along except for this one senior year. It's fucking
drop the name.
Damn, I want to call her, you know, I want to call her the B word because I'm a little more mature than that right now. But she was definitely you know, a little irritating, but. Should I drop the name?
Yeah, fuck it.
I think her name was like Miss Sevilla, something like that. And she was like, senior year, she tried like failing me. It's like you know, it's more stupid. She's like new to the school.
Yeah, just trying to be tough.
She always used to talk about how like, oh, I graduated in my like high school in like 5 years. It's okay, or like college, something like that. She was like 5 or 6 years. It's okay. So I'm like, all right, cool, that's cool. But like, I'm out of here. Like, I'm passing all my class. Like, this is the only class I need. You know, you're a senior. Yeah. You just want to take it easy. There was like third period or second period. Like, come on, give me some slack. You know, and like, I'm doing all my work. But like, she tried failing me. So like, I'll never forget her.
That's when you look at the camera and you say, look at me now. Mrs. V or some shit like that.
Yeah, Mrs. V. Yeah. First year too. Like, how you try to come in your first year, somebody's senior year, and try to like fuck shit up. Just come on, just like. You know,
I have a few teachers like that.
Such a hard human being.
Right, come on, man. So then what? You get to college and you started studying what I read somewhere like criminal justice or something, right?
Oh, I was studying computers.
Computer science?
Computer science, yeah.
So you start studying that while making music.
Yeah.
And it sounded like you weren't very interested in college after a year.
Yeah, I was studying computers in high school too.
Yeah.
And then in college, I always loved, like, a lot of people don't know this, but I love, like...
Building computers or what? Like, what about it?
Computer science, just like computer information systems. That's how I was like majoring in. So it's like just like another sub.
Like software type shit, or what does that all entail?
Just like researching information for like companies and just like different facets of like like administration, just like cybersecurity, just like so many different lanes and like in high school I was doing like Cisco networking, so it's like a little different. It was like working, Cisco.
Yeah, Cisco. Damn.
So it was like so it was like learning like stuff like for that. It's a lot of nerdy shit like I don't want to go into. But
what was your goal? Like you that's what you saw your career in, maybe?
Yeah. I was always inspired by like people who were in tech and always like came up with ideas. I just love ideas.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And I wasn't doing it to like help somebody code like a website,
right?
Even though that was part of the curriculum, but it's like I wanted to like come up with some shit that was like, what's some shit I could come up with like nobody has ever done, and that could be of service to people, and just go crazy. Because I love people like Elon, like
hell yeah,
like Bill Gates, Steve, all those guys, people who just like build like something from nothing, So it's just like
But I mean, in a way, with your music, you've done the same thing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, which is cool. Do you see yourself now as your career grows, diving back into? I mean, maybe you've been in tech this whole time, but like diving back into stuff like that. For
sure. I mean, not on the like creative side.
Yeah.
I think more so on like if I want to fund the idea. If I see an idea I like, I'm like, yo, that's fire.
Yeah.
Like let's make some,
get early investment.
Yeah, but like I think that time will come. Like obviously like I've been dedicating myself day in and out.
Sure.
Just to be able to like create an idea. Because like it takes dedication. It takes like nonstop learning.
I feel like that's like Will.i.am. You ever look at dude? He's got he has like an entire 3D printing lab somewhere over here off Melrose or something like that. I think.
Cool.
But that dude, mad invested in tech.
I could definitely see him being like he seemed like the futuristic kind of like
super future.
Yeah.
He like customized his own tests. I saw it one day. I was like, what the fuck is this shit? Yeah, took all the labels off and made it into his own thing.
That's funny.
The shit was dope though.
A Tesla?
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah, it was dope.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's cool because it's like. To me, it's like if I had to do it again, I would like. I feel like that's where like the money's at. You know what I mean? Especially like if you could really make something that could dominate the industry and change the game. Like if you become Bill Gates.
Exactly. Come on, just one idea is all you need. Like I feel like, and half the time it doesn't need to be like an idea where it's like, oh, I need to create like the next big like social media platform. It's just like figuring out what you're interested in and like
hell yeah. Like
if you like games, like figure out some way where it's like something is missing in that whole like But like
So you drop out of college because at the same time, what you started getting deep in music and dropped a record or what?
I was just like, so I was like, I was studying like the reason I left because like I didn't hate like my major, I just didn't enjoy like the random classes I had to take around it,
Yeah, like the first 2 years of college is like what the fuck?
Yeah, just like you taking and I'm just like, so I got to learn this and like this class I got to learn for this class, but at the same time I'm staying up to like 5 a.m. obsessing over music. So I was like, what, I love learning, but I can't do school right now. So I transferred back and I it's like some community in like in New York.
Right.
Yeah. So I could like pick my schedule better, and I left after like one semester.
And this is outside of Brooklyn.
Yeah.
So you're
it's like in Queens, so like kind of close, like Long Island City.
Right.
So I told my parents like I was still going to school, and I wasn't. I was just like, I'm gonna get a job and I'm just start saving up money for like it's like pursue like studio time and just like network and see what happens and like see what I come across.
But what gave you like the not motivation, but like the understanding that there was a possibility for you to open up a door with that? Like, were you in college? Were you had you put anything out?
In college, I was like, I was like learning how to like produce a little bit, and I was learning how to like just write. I was just writing a lot.
So it was just like fire behind you in it that you were just like, fuck it, if I don't go to college, I can figure this out.
Yeah, like I was just like obsessing over like figuring out what kind of sounds. I was into like trippy sounds at that time, just like interesting like different stuff. Like I had a friend who I met in college that actually knew some of my friends back home, so he was like into music.
In Nigeria?
No, like in like Brooklyn.
Oh, okay. Where I was like, what the fuck?
But so I started like he put on to like boom bap. He put on to like a lot of like old like rap music. So I was like learning from like the fundamentals, like up, and then this other guy who used to like live right next door to me. The music wasn't the best, but he was the only one with a mic. So we all try to get together, just like hop on songs together, and then slowly like everybody kind of like throughout the school year, everybody started like focus became more on, I don't know if they were still in school or just failing classes, so maybe they were like, fuck, I gotta get back on my A game.
Right.
And they stuck on like, they started like diverging away from music. And for me, I just like stuck with it. I was like getting like, you know, every weekend just getting stolen out of my mind, coming back and just like zoning in and just like, you know,
trying to get it.
Yeah, going into the gym, coming back, staying up to like 5 a.m. and just like, yeah, I just, you know, like I tried making a band too. It was like 3 of us. I tried like making a band out of us, because like Afropunk in New York has this thing called Battle of the Bands.
Yeah.
And then you can kind of like, the top 10 bands who get to top votes, they get to perform and battle it out to like perform at the festival.
Oh shit.
So like, I got, yeah. So it was like two of us and me. So it's 3 of us all together. And I was like, yo, you know what? Like we could do this. And then I tried like setting it up, and then yeah, nobody was as passionate, because the first week of voting, we was like top 5 or top like 3, and I got like 180 votes just by myself.
Right. And
like my 2 other partners got like 5. So I was like, you know what?
They're like, come on, man.
Yeah, I was like, yo, we could go out there and battle, just like make something up. But for right now, let's just get these votes and we could figure out how we're gonna perform this. But I just wanted to get up there, and I was just like trying to figure out ways, stuff like that. So
did it work? Did you get on? Did you?
No, after that first week, and I was just like over like pushing myself, and I got almost 200 votes, and everybody else got 5. I was like, you know what? I don't think this is gonna, because if I'm pushing myself every week to like get like a ton of votes and like you know that miss, I was like, you know what? It's cool. I just like do it on my own. So I just ended up like leaving that alone, and that's when I was like, you know, I gotta leave, go back to like New York, and like, 'cause I'm up here like 3,000 people in the school, nobody's here.
Right.
People are cool, but like, people that inspired, or like people that, you know. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like you're striking out with like each person as like they aren't as motivated to you. That's very similar to my shit, because I was like not similar in the aspects of motivation, but like I knew I needed to leave Iowa to like figure something out, because there was not like there's much in there.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Sometimes you gotta recognize that, you know.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, damn, like nobody around me is really getting this vision. I'm like, yo, really? I was telling all my friends, I was like, yo, we come up with a plan. We you know, just strength in numbers, obviously, you know. So if they come up with a plan, is figure out like different roles, like just go at it and just like nonstop, and it's like, I was like, yo, it could work, like, you know. But I don't know.
Especially when people like, you're watching other people, like, have you ever met Joey Badass? We have some mutual friends. Yeah. Maybe exactly, like watching people like that, and like Rocky, or just like certain odd feature. Yeah, even Vic and how they did in Chicago.
Exactly, like, that small stuff, you know. Cause
like you see those units make sense, like it helps everyone elevate each other, right? Like
exactly.
Damn.
Yeah. So.
But no one wants to figure it out.
So I ended up going back to New York, and then one of my friends from high school, which he was the only one in high school doing music.
Just random, like the only person you ever knew from
high school. Yeah, I mean, only person from my grade. That's I knew some people from like a grade above.
Right.
But they were like a little dramatic, and just like, you know. But yeah. So like I got back, we went. I met up with him. So and then started hanging out with this other girl too, Alex Mali. Mm-hmm. So it was like 3 of us, and they were pretty motivated.
Trying to like design the
same concept,
ASAP Mob type thing, like
but not say we're a group. We kind of had an agreement to like, at first I think that was the intention. Yeah, this could be a group, and then we just ended up like utilizing each other's resources and trying to like throw shows together and just like bring each other's like network and just like make sure we share the same platform and just like go stronger together. Damn. So so like did that for a little bit, and then. Yeah, like during that time frame, I got to like work on music and be a little more inspired, being around other artists. Like I'm competitive, so I feel like I was always trying to like make sure like whatever I was creating was like gonna be like, you know, on some next. And then so I surrounded myself more people that kept me going, and I
feel like that's super important.
Yeah, for sure.
Obviously,
you got. Sometimes you could do it alone if like nobody around you is like you know to like down for the vision. Yeah. Know? If not, you know, but like if you find a small amount of people that, you know, can help for sure, you know.
It's like even just having the ability to have like a circle, it's a lot easier, you know. Before it was just you get the 200 votes, and those dudes weren't getting those, but if you find the right people around you, it's like you start building the word of mouth, and like that, you never know who that person's gonna meet to talk about what you guys are doing as a unit or whatever, you know what I mean? Even the idea of collaboration in general, it's like now you out here collaborating with all kinds of artists and featuring in records and doing all that shit.
And it's crazy, I know,
right?
Like, yeah.
But it's like you're always formulating groups, whether it's with one person or just doing certain shit like this. Like, who knows what comes from this interview? You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure, stuff like that, you know.
So then, Wait, what did you do that first got you like notoriety in the area?
So while I was in this group, I was like, this is the all taking time out of it. It seemed like a long period of time, but it's like all like small chapters. So the other guy was in the group. He was making music, and like he dropped a project, so he was working on more music. And then Alex too dropped a project, but she was also working on more music, and then she was a singer. So it was like a rapper and me, and then a singer.
Right.
And so after at shows, I would pop out for like one song or two songs. Matter of fact, usually like one song.
Like just hop up and do one song.
Yeah, one song, and like maybe like hop like be a hype man.
Yeah.
You know, and then but at the same time I was working on my music because I was like I didn't want to like perform too many music without having to polish it.
Right.
So like fast forward, like I was working at American Apparel. Even before this, I wasn't working at American Apparel. We always just like link up, like smoke joints, and just like be at each other's like house, and just like I would just like chat my mouth off to like knowing like yo this idea. I was one of those guys like yo we did this, like just like nonstop throwing out ideas.
Yeah, super visionary.
And then so like fast forward, I'm working at American Apparel, and then started saving up money for studio time, and then all three of us actually started chipping in for studio time. So we would get like it was a studio in Broadway called Blast Off. So we would like save up money for like an hour.
How much would it cost to get like studio time?
Like, cause Alex somebody reached out, so she got a membership. We had a chance to get a membership.
Oh, that's how they did it.
So it's like he was like, yo, you pay $200 whenever you come in. You get this room for like $40, this room for like $60. So it'd be a discount for like forever.
Right.
So like we chipped in, giving it $200. Obviously, like made it look like it was through her.
Right.
Or whatever, and then so we all like snuck in there, just like.
That's so tight.
I mean, not snuck in, but like we obviously just like pull up, like we're recording the music today,
right?
And then we all have enough like an hour because you have to work like 3 hours at least. So like
to make the minimum.
to make the minimum or whatever. And then so like I would like had enough to like put in for an hour,
right?
And then Alex would get an hour, and my friend would get an hour or two sometimes. So like I'd be like knocking out songs in an hour.
Like you gotta come like super prepared.
Yeah, exactly. So like the only thing you gotta worry about is just like executing, just like your tone and like stuff. And then, especially at that time, like you don't know a lot about like your delivery and making sure like you got to make sure you come in there confident, like
right.
Because everything matters. So so in that time period of 1 hour sessions, I was like finding beats on YouTube and like SoundCloud, and I had this song called Mississippi Masala that it didn't really take off, but it started like I put some visuals out, I shot a visual to it, the way I wanted to. I found this like amazing cinematographers, Tim and Kelsey, who they were like, yo, we shoot this for free, we like your music. So I was like, cool, let's do it. Shot the music video. I started like not going crazy, but it was like maybe got like 5,000 plays.
Right, making noise.
The first month.
Right.
And at that time I was like, it's pretty sick because like at that point I didn't really have friends. I was getting like 5,000 plays a month.
Yeah, it was fucking dope.
Yeah, so I was like, all right, cool. Like so, like the next one I was like, the next one got to get like 5,000 a month, and it start picking up. And then it was like this song called American Beauty. And
it's like
and by the way, both those songs were named after like my favorite movies because like I was like into movies the OD back then. So
that's tight.
And so American Beauty after the movie American Beauty, I recorded that song and I dropped it. And then I remember I was
with the visual.
No, not with the visual.
This is just like SoundCloud.
Just SoundCloud. I remember I was trying to get a premiere too. I was like, yo, I need to blog the process, send it to like I did a showcase for like Pigeons and Planes. They're connected to like Complex.
Yeah. Shout out to them.
Performing, and the guys was like, "Yo, you cool? Send you our song to this email." And I was like excited. I was like, "Yo, I'm about to get a premiere." Send it to them. Like they were like, "Oh, we passing this one for now." And I was like, "Oh, come on!" Like so, I kept searching around, didn't find any. I was like, "You know what? Fuck this. I'm gonna drop it regardless."
Right.
So, I took like a performance video. I took a performance picture from like one of my shows. It was like this, and I made it like my cover art. And
for the single.
Yeah, it's literally me like on stage with a mic, like this purple hue.
Yeah, it looks dope.
And I was like, you know what? I use this. I didn't have like a cover art. I didn't have a press, no nothing. So I dropped it, and it's got like maybe like 20K plays in like 2 weeks.
God damn.
And at that point, it was like
But who shared it? Did someone share it or no?
Nah, like nobody shared it. Like
damn.
DJ Booth like a week after posted about it, make a link, and then I don't know how much I contributed to it. Maybe
they got a grip.
Yeah. And then like slowly like random people started like posting about it, and then like after like a month it was like at 50K.
Damn.
And for me I was like, whoa, this is crazy, this is lit. Like like,
it just changed your next one. You gotta get 50 now.
Yeah. And for me I was just like, excited. I was like, yo, the music is being received. Like I'm literally like I'm in the basement in my bedroom. Just like like
that's crazy.
Yeah, just like type shit. And then Yeah.
And these were all from what you recorded at that studio.
Yeah, at that studio of like an hour session. Like,
right.
So like it was, the songs weren't even mixed; they weren't mastered. I know nothing about mixing and mastering back then. Like, it was just like, yo,
that's crazy.
All right, cool. Like, this I wanted to sound. All right, cool. Is it good? Like, cool. I'm good to drop it. Like,
just drop it.
Yeah, like I didn't have enough money to go find a mixer. Like,
right.
You know, so like a master. It was just like all my money was being spent on food, weed, and just like studio time.
Right.
Yeah. So like I was on my break, American Apparel, and then like amazing staff, by the way, amazing like friends I met there. I was on my break. I used to smoke with my managers. To be honest,
that's dope.
So like, I had a break. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go smoke with John in the corner. I was checking my emails, and then yeah. Or before I go to this, I was planning to go to LA for no reason, just like come out here.
Yeah.
Prior, like after I dropped American Beauty, I was like, I'm gonna go to LA.
When it was already getting 50,000.
No, just like
this is right away. You were just planning on it.
And I was like, you know, I'm gonna go out there, and I'm just like see what happens, like.
Right.
And then I got an email from a guy, Aaron. He's standing right there. But
chilling behind the camera.
Yeah, and he was like, "Yo, heard your music. Like, I want to hop on a call, like talk more or whatever." So we hop on a call. I was like, "He's like, I'm from LA." I'm like, "Cool, I'm coming out to like a few weeks." Like, "Cool, let's link up and then talk music." And I also had another meeting with somebody from APG. It's like a Atlantic, like a sub division or something like that. And it's funny because like that one was tied to a label. I was more excited about that one. Cause I went to that meeting and it was like the worst. It was like weird, sketchy. The guy was like weird as fuck, And then I went to be Aaron, and it was just like we talked music, we talked my vision.
And from a management standpoint,
yeah, exactly,
right?
and like more development. And I was more interested in like creative direction, like something I build on my, And then that all stemmed from like American Beauty,
right?
So that was like the trajectory. I dropped American Beauty, started getting a lot of plays, got that email, got a few emails, and then went to LA, got a meeting, and then talked my vision and. We stayed in touch, so he started sending me beats from like actual like legit producers, like some people they worked with, and then I recorded something, sent it right back.
When was this? Because you just said you first recorded a year and a half ago.
Probably like a year and a half ago, or two, or like a year and a half ago.
Yeah,
somewhere in that range. And then after
so did you officially sign with him?
Nah, it was just a conversation. No, it was just like, yo, let's keep talking and send me some more beats,
right?
Creating demos. I was like, all right, cool. It was this song called Still Our Eyes, produced by MFN, which is now it's funny. It's so early in my career, but it's like it got picked up by like MLB, like for like some
that's right
pennant race, and it's like
for what, like a commercial or something.
Yeah, for like just like the pennant, like when you watch ESPN and they have like the
little highlight,
the dramatic music playing in the background of a highlight, and stuff like that. Yeah, and even right now, it might be used. I think it's still being used for like more stuff.
That's crazy.
So it's pretty crazy.
What was it like seeing that shit play? Like, did you see it on TV? Or have you seen the ad?
No, I haven't seen it on TV. I've seen the footage. Though.
Yeah, you've seen the ad.
I haven't seen it on TV.
That shit's crazy.
And
I think me and Dave were when we were on this Beyonce Jay-Z tour. Were you with me at the hookah thing? We were at like a hookah bar, and we were sitting there, and I like look up at the TV, but we're just all chilling. There's a bunch of the dancers and stuff. Everyone like smokes hookah. I don't smoke or nothing, but I was just sitting there, and I look up at the TV, and I see our footage promoting like a Live Nation ad, but it was like for our shit, but it was on TV on ESPN. I'm like, yo, that's our footage.
That's crazy.
And I'm like, what the fuck? And that shit was like, it's so weird to to know that people like, I don't know, I mean, commercials at the time. When we're growing up, commercials and advertisement is so like, man, to be on TV.
TV be crazy. I know.
Now YouTube's like the same way, but like, it's still surreal to know.
It's like surreal. It's like, wow, that's what I did right there on the TV for everybody to consume. Like,
that's fucking crazy.
It's kind of validates your work in a low rate too.
Hell yeah, it's the biggest pat on the back ever.
Sick, yeah.
So that shit happens with the MLB. That's like your first placement.
Yeah, no, this didn't happen back then. But that song that I created off that first beat that he sent me, that's what happened.
Wow.
And then and it's funny because it's so early. And then what else? Oh yeah, and then so after that we planned. After that, I sent like a few demos. I was like, yo, we plan to like come out here and like do a few sessions. And so we.
And you'd already come out to LA once and met with him?
Yeah, once,
cool.
And then so so the second time it was like, all right, cool, let's fly you out here, get in some sessions. And before that I never got in a session with a producer. So like I had like 3 producers, 4. I think, and then
lined up.
Yeah, lined up, and the first one was funny. I don't remember the first person I had a session with, but I remember landing. It was dark, And it was like, all right, cool, you got a first session. And went to this guy's house, bedroom, and like cooking up. It was like the worst session ever. But and I was like, damn, I'm in LA. I'm blowing my chance. I'm at this session was, and at that time, like I knew nothing about like, sometimes certain sessions just don't work out. You're like you're trying different producers. Like you don't know what kind of sounds there. True. You just think you throw you in the room and you got to come out with magic. You just like So at that point, I was like, damn, like magic can't happen. But like the next day or the next few days, I got in a session with this guy Kilogram. We ended up being like I produced a lot of stuff on like my first project, Man on Fire, and we created a song called like the first day we had the song Sunburn, I think, maybe somebody I can't remember, and the second day we created a song called Woo, which ended up being on the
that was
project.
The second day of working with this dude?
Yeah.
Isn't that shit crazy?
Yeah.
What was your process? Go back, like, say you hop in the studio with this producer.
Yeah.
Obviously, you guys are like having chemistry or whatever, unlike the first dude. But like, what is your process when you sit down and you're trying to meet this person? You know what I mean? Like, and get in the groove. Like, what were you doing, or how did you guys approach that session?
I mean, before then, he never worked with a rapper before me, so it was very super interesting. He used to be part of like this EDM group called Milo and Otis. This DJ group. I don't know DJ. So I'm super open. Yeah. Like before then, I used to like work with a lot of experimental kind of like beats all the way from college. Like
right.
And like, I was always interested in like different stuff. Something that would stand out. So like, you know what, cool. I sent him some kind of music I like, sounds and stuff. And then he came in the session with like a bunch of like beats. He had some of them he had already. And then I remember he started playing Woo, I think. Matter of fact, now I'm playing. We started on the keys because a lot of times we create from scratch. I like creating from scratch. So he was playing the thing, and then right there I started like freestyling like the hook.
Damn.
And then he started building around it, and I was like, yeah, right there. So he's building around it. I did the hook, and I started working on the verse, and then we finished the song like in 2 hours.
Fucking crazy.
Hours. Yeah, it was just a vibe. It was just like, I mean, because when I was in the zone, I was just like sometimes I black out, so I don't think about like, all right, who's there in the room. Right. Like I see them, but I'm just like, all right, cool. Like I'm thinking about the sound, what kind of story I'm trying to tell, and then ended up coming up with Woo, and like we got another song the next day. So it was like, yeah, it's crazy. It's so long ago too. I can't believe I had a song for almost 2 years.
I was gonna say I'm looking because I wrote down it's like 2.9 million on Spotify for Woo.
Yeah, it's free. Yeah, it's free.
You wrote that shit in 2 hours.
Yeah, I know. It's free. It was. It was just more so like I had the concept of what I wanted to say. Yeah. And then now it was like the beat just like match it properly.
That was good chemistry though. And you guys end up writing how many records together?
We probably have, me and Kilogram probably have over 10 records together.
10?
Maybe over 20 to be honest. 10 is too, because on the project alone we have like probably like 8, 9. Right. So like all together we probably have like 30, 40 records together.
So is it? I'm like losing my shit. Are you doing this all in LA, or are you guys working across? Like you're in New York, he's here.
Well, I did it all. We did every song we got together. We created from scratch. Here. Oh, we did it in the studio
in person.
That's right. Yeah.
Nice.
Cook up, and then and then after that, I worked with a few other producers too. Well, not really. I'm trying to remember. What am I forgetting? Oh, yeah, fast forward to like later on. I worked with a few producers later on. Right. But like in the initial stage at that time, it was mostly let's get in with Kilogram, just like cook up and see what happens.
So, like ironically, you coming up off Kendrick and always like battling with your homies about the shit, you end up doing the remix. Yeah. What in the time frame of your timeline? When is the remix? When did you drop that video?
Oh, the remix.
That was early, right?
Yeah, that was before I even dropped Woo.
Damn.
Before I even dropped, I'm pretty sure before I dropped Woo. Before I dropped, yeah. And I was just like, I think we were planning to drop it like in a few months. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, I need something. Like I just want to drop a single. I need something to like showcase like the rap, because like people hear the song. Like I don't know what their conceived notions are gonna be. So I was like, you know what, I gotta find a song and go off. Right. And then at that time I was like, fuck, like I was looking at all the songs that came out, and I was like, all right, cool. That this song I've seen a few remixes of this. Like I didn't want to remix a song that people expected. Mm-hmm. At that time there was zero like humble like freestyles. Really? Yeah. I didn't. Damn. Like none. Like and then actually if there were any, it wasn't any that was like being circulated. Right. And I was like, you know what, this beat is kind of different. I think maybe people like don't want to hop on it because it's like different and weird. Yeah. Because like humble is like not like a
and you're going against the GOAT, so it's
yeah, exactly. So I mean, to me, it was just like it was like it pushed me a little bit too. I was like, you know what, like if I'm meant to be in this arena, like competing with like everybody, like I might as well show I can compete with like
flex on them.
Yeah, like I was like, I got to show I can compete. So I was like, I can't back down from this. Like, I'm not gonna choose some easy beat and just like, you know.
Right.
So I ended up like, I hit up my manager's like, yo, I'm gonna do a freestyle to Humble, and it's like, I'll go shoot a video in like 2 days. So like, I wrote the freestyle. I don't know how long it took me to record, get in the studio, and like, but when I got in the studio, I recorded a verse. Like 2 days later, we ended up shooting like the one take. Shot this one take.
I liked it a lot.
With the same guys that I met way before.
That did the first video?
Yeah, way before I was
pull that up here. So we get you.
Way before.
I got you.
With the same people way before I was like working at American Apparel. We shot my first video.
Wait, what? They worked at American Apparel with you?
No. I worked at
back then.
People that reached out to me that was like, yo, we shoot this for free. We believe in your art. So I ended up like using them again to like shoot that video.
Wow.
So like, I was like, yo, let's do a one take. And I'm gonna do some. I'm gonna have a friend like fall on the floor, like do something
that shit was
funny.
dope.
Yeah, so we planned that entire thing just like in one area because like I don't want to be like chopped in like stuff.
Yeah.
I like what, I'm gonna push myself to do it in one take and like performance. So
I like that.
Yeah, we did that and then we had that video. Yeah.
Did that pop right away or?
I appreciate it. I think it popped like in a few hours.
Yeah, it has.
But it was kind of slow. But it didn't pop crazy. But it was like we dropped it. A few pages started picking it up on Facebook and started sharing it, and then like a few random like celebrities who like shared it on their page. Like I think like was it T-Pain?
He shared it.
T-Pain. It was a few of them, but it was like a good amount. Little Chris, with like some IG models.
Yeah, like the perfect people to post that shit on Facebook.
And like in the first I think 10 hours, 10 hours, it was like. Got like 20,000 views on Facebook, like 30,000, and then it just started like leaking over, and like I ended up getting over like 3 million, I think over 2 million
on Facebook.
Yeah, over Facebook, like and then,
that's interesting.
Yeah, and then just started picking up.
Right.
And, yeah.
Did you drop it on SoundCloud? Did you drop it on every platform too? Because I saw it on YouTube. The video on YouTube.
I think we dropped it on SoundCloud after the fact, or maybe we might have dropped it. I don't remember.
Both on after.
But yeah, I think we dropped it on YouTube too.
Right.
I know.
Was your idea that Facebook is a place that things can be so shareable? Was that like your approach to that, or were you just like, fuck it, I have a Facebook page?
I can't remember what the plan was at that time. I just wanted to drop it.
You just put it
and
up.
I think Facebook at the time made the most sense because I think there was still, there was a few stuff going viral, but not a lot. And then and the Humble, I just felt like I was the perfect. At that time, I wasn't big on Instagram. I had like 1,000 followers or 2,000 followers.
Right.
So it was like, yo, I could drop it on my Instagram, which I think I did, and it got like 8,000 views. I had like 1,000 followers, so that was pretty crazy.
Great ratio.
Yeah, but I still didn't have the platform. So like Facebook, we dropped that. It took me from like maybe 100 followers of fans to like 6,000.
You think Dot saw it?
Too?
Do you think Kendrick saw it?
It's crazy, Pete.
You never know.
Yeah, you never know. To be honest, I want to tell myself yes, and I think he did. I think he did.
That's tight.
Yeah, people ask me all the time. I think he definitely did see it.
Yeah. I feel like, especially you being around artists all the time, it's like they pay attention to everything that happens. Exactly,
to the song, exactly. I mean, somebody from TDE reached out to.
Did they?
Yeah, like not like at that point, but like way after the fact, like in a few, like recently.
Just about working?
Just like interested in just like learning more. So like you never know, like yeah, and yeah.
So, your vibe would be cool with them, like
just like it's like making relationships. It's just like trying to see can connect the dots. And just like if anything happens, then anything happens. If not, like I just those artists are amazing. Like every person on that roster,
Hell yeah.
So yeah.
So then what as things are starting to explode for you, you're putting out stuff visually. Do you start putting out a lot of visuals, or are you just doing more just SoundCloud songs?
SoundCloud songs.
Yeah.
SoundCloud and Spotify for the most part. But yeah, but mostly SoundCloud. So we dropped Boo after that, the Humble thing. We dropped Boo a single.
Right.
And it kind of started getting some plays on SoundCloud. But I don't think we dropped them. I think we dropped the lyric video on YouTube, but nothing more than that.
Right. And
at that time too, it was. I mean, we shot a video for this song I had called Blame. Mm-hmm. It was like last minute. So we dropped that right before Woo, I think. And but it's funny because right before, after I dropped that Humble thing, so I found this girl on Instagram called Billie Eilish. Yeah. Or like right before Billie Eilish. So she was already following me. She just started following me. American Beauty. I was like, I can't remember how we started. Do like a mutual friend of hers, and then so like I dropped Humble, and then we got that tour,
Yeah.
She took me on tour.
That's crazy.
And then
what was the tour? US?
Yeah.
It was all US?
Yeah, all US tour. She did like Europe, a few, like 2 days in Europe, or maybe a few more. But at that time, it's crazy because we kept running into like the same people, and then when she had like a chance to like go on tour, she picked me.
Man,
and yo. And at that point, I haven't dropped Uwe at that point too. But I said I had it for like a while. But like I did drop the Kendrick thing. I think I just dropped a song called Blame. I was about to drop a song called Blame, and then Wu was about to come out. So Wu came out while I was on tour with her.
Damn.
Yeah. So it was like
shit.
And it's crazy because like I'm watching her. She's like 70K followers, like, you know, doing late night TV while on tour. She was like, her shows are selling out. So it was like she's already on the trajectory. I was different. I was just like, to that point I probably did like 3 shows, like 2. And it was like,
that's so crazy.
And then I hadn't dropped the song yet off the like of Man on Fire, but like so it was like everything was new for me. So it was like I'm watching this, you know, I jumped right into it, you know. So
but what a good, like, you know, she's kind of like building a template or whatever, and you can learn a lot from that.
Exactly, yeah. And I definitely learned a lot from her. She's amazing. She's a fucking superstar. Mm-hmm. And the fact that was her first tour, and that was my first tour.
How big were the venues and shit that you were playing?
It's pretty small cap venues, but she was blowing them out. She could have did bigger venues, but I think for the first run,
well, especially they booked that shit so in advance.
Yeah, exactly.
They did the same thing with Kendrick. He played at our college, and it was like super small, super cheap, and then Good Kid comes out and it explodes, and everyone's like, "Fuck!" They just got him so cheap.
Sick. I know exactly. So you know, they planned it like that, and then she what was I trying to say again?
Just like the size of the venues, like what?
Oh yeah. So it was like maybe 250 to like 500.
So what were you doing? What was the way that you were preparing? Like, you're gonna go on this tour. Yeah. You're brand new, so you're trying to like learn your style and how you're approaching the shows. So how were you approaching your shows, and like what was your performance?
Shows, looking back, it was hilarious. I mean, we had good songs. I was performing like early songs, like songs that weren't even mixed, mastered, like, but like, you know, like the first 2 songs I created, they performed that, and like I just started working with producers, so it was like I didn't have that much songs, but like I had Woo, I had Blame, I had like random demos that I wouldn't perform now that didn't even make the album, or that didn't make the mixtape.
So you're playing unreleased shit too?
Yeah, a lot, mostly unreleased. Maybe only like 2 songs were released on like
That's
one.
Hilarious.
Up to like like halfway through the tour, like only like one song was unreleased. So it was like, but like it was worth it though, because like forever in history, like me and Billy went on our first tour together. So
that's dope.
That's like, you know.
Was there things that you were doing to kind of like, not necessarily steal her fans, but like, you know what I mean? That's a whole audience for you.
Yeah, of course. I mean, just like, I mean, they loved. I mean, they loved like the shows, like Rabbits. Like I got, we share like a lot of followers now. You know, like I say, I followers from that tour that still follow me now. You know, and the support. So it's like crazy. Like for sure. Like she has like amazing fans. Like her fans are like the best.
Was there anything you were doing specific to try to hook them to like make them connect with you beyond just that show, or was it just like off the?
Yeah, it was just off the performances, and then obviously talking to them like afterwards, just like taking pictures with them because they're excited, and you know, obviously they're here for Billy. Yeah, which is like, you know, also like, you know, and me and Billy like engaged each other on tour too, like, you know, videos together, and like, you know, she was like, she would post me like a random stories, like, and like I get like
guaps.
I go up like 400 followers. Like at that time I was like at 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 followers. So it was like I was growing mostly on tour, you know, from like the fans.
That's so
like,
dope.
So it was like, it was amazing, you know.
Damn.
So yeah, shout out to Billy.
For real.
She's the legend for sure. She's a young goat.
What you also did, I wrote down NBA, MLB, and NFL. Did you get song placements on all those?
Yeah, like so a lot of songs from my first mixtape, Man on Fire.
Yeah.
Like Ride With Me, which is one of like my favorite joints of the project. Got into NBA Live.
Were all those original? They're all original records? You didn't sample shit in those to get clearance or anything like that?
No sample, just original.
That's crazy.
And,
damn.
That was also Kilogram too, Ride With Me. I did a song called with Graham that didn't end up going on this. Yeah. But I put it on a different project with Nombe, and then we did a collab project. So like that was Run Wild. Right. And then that was on that was on what game was that? That was in FIFA. Yeah. That was in FIFA, and I was in a lot of other stuff, like, you know.
Which, let's talk about that, because that's tied to me. Like, because so before I came out here, I was doing video and music shit. So we literally, my friend, I just directed a spot for EA 2 days ago in New York, and then now like coming out here, it's like Ben back in the day, my friend started working there, and he would try to hook us up with shit. So he would put us in like our music. He would like place it just like that shit. But we never landed like a trailer or something. But that was like always a goal. Like, damn, if we could get a trailer release or something.
So yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah. So that was the FIFA World Cup shit.
Yeah, trailer
with
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Who was
fucking crazy.
Apparently your icon. I heard.
Not
you love this dude.
Yeah, definitely one of my on my all-time list is LeBron.
Yeah.
Like, you know, because like when I moved to the United States, that was his rookie season.
That's
so
a guy.
I watched him grow, and I've always been like, it was my favorite person all the time. And yeah, Cristiano Ronaldo is definitely up there because like growing up in Nigeria, we watch a lot of soccer.
Right.
So it's like I've always been a fan, try to dribble like him, and then to watch him just like in the commercials, just like running
doing shit to your fucking music.
Yeah, I know. It's like I was like, wow, this is like crazy, like, you know. So yeah, that was amazing. Like, yeah, like shout out to my little brother, my family. Like,
how did you go about placing that record?
They
reached out?
Like, I had that song for a while, and I was like, I'm never dropping the song.
It was never out?
Nah, because it didn't fit sonically, like the project I was working on. But like, I got a chance to like go in like with like Nombe, and like we worked on it and kind of created like a amazing, better sound, you know. And then got a call randomly one day, like FIFA wants to use the song. Was
it on your project?
No.
So no one had heard it?
No.
But you got like...
No, like obviously my team like has the song. And,
right.
And I don't know how...
Someone just played it.
Yeah, like somebody like, do it in a room where like... I think Nombe was getting the song.
Right.
Thing. And somehow like me and him were working on like the project at the time. So it was like, you know...
That's crazy.
So it was just, yeah.
So this shit is literally like just getting started for you, bro.
Yeah, it's just like this first project is just a mixtape. Like this is songs like from my first sessions with producers ever. And
yo, that's crazy. This shit sounds so polished too. Yeah, Man on Fire, you did the music video.
Yeah.
And when they just walked in the room, they're like, yo, he really got lit on fire.
Yeah, that's real. No VX effects, no
that
whatever.
Shit blew. I was on your Instagram, I saw like a video of you just standing there and you're like, yo, I got lit on fire for this. I'm like, no, he didn't. I'm like, no.
Yeah, no, that's real for sure. But there's like a lot of reasons I did it, not just for like the shock effect. It was like to symbolize, like, you know, going back to my story, you know, all this stuff I've been through, and coming to Brooklyn, New York is like I've always been surrounded by chaos, but like
that's what they said.
But somehow I was having to like stay calm and just like keep my dreams alive and like keep going for stuff, you know.
For those of you who haven't seen the video, it's literally him standing in the middle of this chaos of like all this action happening around him,
and it's like 20 versions of myself around me.
Yeah, and just like he's doing different stuff. He lights a spliff off him, like he does. You know what I mean? All this stuff, like
walking an alligator.
Yeah, it's fucking insane. And you were really burning.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I did it like 8 times for like 8 seconds each time.
Did that shit get your hair?
Nah. But it was getting close. They caught me one time on my ankle.
Damn, really?
Yeah, but like it wasn't too bad though. It's like it feels kind of cool sometimes. You feel like a badass. You know, like a little leg burn. You know.
Yeah.
You know, and yeah, but it was times where fire would be getting too close, and I'd like, it put me out. It's like guys like kind of close to me with like fire extinguishers, like.
So what? They'd spray you down, and then you'd have to go like dry off first before you could run it again.
Yeah, maybe not dry off. I'd probably take like 20, 30 seconds or a minute.
Okay, word.
And then yeah, maybe not 20, 30 seconds, more like a minute and a half, and then
try it again.
Yeah, do it again, and then 8 seconds again, and just like till we get the perfect shot, because it was supposed to be like the cover art for the project. Mm-hmm. And we turned it into a music video, so it's just like.
So they're shooting photos at the same time.
Yeah. So it's like I had to make sure, like, just for the art, like I had to get it properly, like get it down. Like, and I wasn't gonna leave, so I got it. So.
How were you? Who shot that video for you? Was it the same dudes from the job?
So this amazing guy called Patrick, and then it was a lot of people involved. There were a few people involved,
right. Like
a team of like 4 good minds. Aiden, this guy called Aiden, and then Barracks on the photography. Barracks is ill, and then Grant is like another photographer. So we had like maybe like a good amount of people on set, like a fire chief, and like, you know,
everyone make sure you're safe.
You know,
stunt coordinator shit.
Yeah, all that. Exactly. You know.
So then, what right now? Like, how important do you feel? Do you feel like visuals or keeping video, something in form of video, is important to your brand right now? Yeah,
for sure. I mean, I've always been inspired by like film and cinematography.
Right.
And obviously, being early in my career, like obviously, like your vision is not going to be maximized yet, but like you're showing glimpses of like which where you're heading. You know, like Travis Scott early on. I love his visuals compared to now. You can see the growth even from Kendrick, from like HDHD, from like Rigor Mortis, when he's like playing drums. Somebody's playing drums and he's just rapping like nonstop.
Right.
So like all the way right now, you see his visuals are like pretty crazy, you know. So I'm a huge fan of like visuals, and I'm just like trying to show a glimpse of like what I'm capable of.
Right.
Until I really get to that level where I get those budgets and you get to go crazy, you know. But for me, like the visual aesthetic is important, you know.
Totally.
Yeah.
Even going back to Travis Scott, I don't know what the fuck's happening outside of my house right now. If you guys can hear this construction shit everywhere. God damn, in the office. I was just watching Mike Dean posted a video when Travis, I don't know what show he just played where it was like he went super off. Yeah. But Mike Dean had a video of him like smoking this like.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
And there's like 8 people.
Yeah.
And then it cuts to like 80,000 people probably.
Sick.
Fucking insane.
Yeah, shit like that is just like inspiring and just like beautiful because like he's been at it for a while, but like nobody ever sees like those downs. They only see like they only see you when you're kind of like killing it.
Right.
But like
they think people hand shit to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like the process being put into it, and like you gotta really like stick with it. You know.
Right.
Like it's consistency and just like quality. You know.
I'm trying to think of the last because I don't want to take. I know we got both jet or whatever, but you're touring with Made in Tokyo. That comes up when
January. So like
January.
Yeah, it's just like my first rap tour.
That's fucking dope.
I'm excited. I can't wait. Doing like 24 dates. It's gonna be fun. Like Tokyo's ill. He's a great person going tour with. Like I'm just ready. Like I just like sold out like my first headline LA show. Like,
shit.
A few days ago, and like headline my first New York show like a few weeks ago too.
How's that feel?
It feels amazing to get in front of your fans. Actually start building that because like I love just trying to build like more fans. Just trying to like figure out more ways to go to keep us going and like keep going to that next level. So like going to this tour like right after like do like my first headline shows. Like it's just like a great like time, and just like I'm gonna be dropping more music too, and so it's just like a lot of exciting stuff happened for January.
That's fucking
tour,
dope.
New music, and just like it's bigger and better stuff.
Well, I mean, even that tour, it's like it's gonna lift you up into another level.
Yeah, for sure.
You
know
what I mean?
Bigger rooms.
How are you approaching that? For that, the difference between the first tour to this tour, do you have an idea of how you're gonna do?
First tour with Billie, I was performing a lot of unreleased music.
Yeah, now you got records.
Fast forward, listen to records out, and like fast forward, I got even more records. I'm working on like another project, and I'm working on an album. So it's just like I got a ton of new music that actually fits like where I am currently and like where I'm heading. Right. So it's like it's gonna be fun. It's like a lot of turn up tracks, a lot of vibes, a lot of just an entire experience that I think people can't wait to see. Dude, hell yeah. It's coming to LA, right? Yeah, for sure. Right, I'm coming to LA. I'm coming to that shit for sure. LA, are we doing Fonda Theater? Fonda Theater nice. In LA. So. Yeah. That's gonna be sick. Yeah, so that's gonna be crazy. Gonna be lit. Well, I always ask if you have time. I have like the community. I was talking about the private community, so I always let them like ask you questions. I try to get it off as quick as I can. I got it up real quick, so I only had a couple. But Chase Gozy, he says, from an artist standpoint, how do you decide what photographer or videographer you want to work with? Like at this point, especially growing up, like even day-to-day documentation. Are you doing stuff like that? Yeah, for sure. I mean, not all the time. Yeah. And for the times where I don't, we kind of like just like use our iPhones. And then any way you can, because I put a video on my Instagram, just like an iPhone video chopped up. And, hell yeah! And it kind of react well. But like obviously, when it comes to like photography and videography, I'm very specific because it has to be like a consistent aesthetic or like something that I can kind of like live in my lane, So like just something of great quality. I look for like quality. I can just like post like a random like weird photos like poorly edited or whatever. Right. Yeah, but I just love looking for like young like fire creators who have that vision and like always going to keep getting better, Yeah, totally. And just like have that passion, So like quality and passion, So that's good. Yeah. Sean Saucy says, also curious if it's even something he ultimately decides or if he approves a photographer from management or something. So are you getting people directly connecting to you or? Yeah, if you're a photographer and want to like send me some of your work, like hit me up on Instagram or just like I got a contact in my bio and you can reach out my management. Boom. And then I'm always looking for like art creatives. Like I love like meeting the creatives. So, right. Yeah. So shit, you got a lot on the horizon, bro. There's a lot of things coming to you. It's just the beginning. So I'm just like I'm excited. It's just like I'm still independent too. No, I'm not signed to a major label yet too. So it's just like it's still really early for me. I'm just like for me it's all about the fans a lot and just like connecting with them and just like just like just fucking shit up with my fans. What's your family thinking right now? My family is just like it's hard to explain what you do to you, like, when you're creative.
Yeah.
Because it's like, but like obviously they get it more now. When I left school, they didn't really get it, and what they found out, my mom found a letter in the mail that was like I was in school, so she confronted me. But obviously now they kind of understand. I teach them like, yo, in due time, like I'm working towards like a bigger vision. Like I'm not waking up going to work. I'm just like plotting every day nonstop. And my job is 24/7. I mean, I don't call it a job, but like my life now is like 24/7. Like I'm up to like 5 a.m. still.
Yeah.
Just like, thinking of ideas, just like, until I get to that point. And even still, it's just like keeping it nonstop. I'm inspired by legacies and competition.
Right.
And just like, being true to yourself,
Yeah. Well, shit, man. This was a fucking good one. I appreciate you coming through. I know you got a flight in like an hour.
Yeah, I got a flight soon, but it was worth it to get out here. I appreciate you having me.
No, I appreciate it, man. If people made it this far in the podcast, I always let you decide. I basically tell them to go tag us on Instagram and tell us if they got here. So like if you listen to the entire thing, they just need to go comment on your last post and say hashtag whatever you want, and then at Ben Reverse World, so I know that shit happened. All right, good. What do you want me to say?
Hashtag ride with me.
Ride with me?
Yeah, or hashtag Man on Fire, and then they could tag it.
Then we'll know.
Yeah.
All right, boom.
For sure.
All right, anything else you want to say?
New music coming soon. Stay true to yourself. Keep going. Never stop. Keep doing you.
I'll put links to all his social and everything.
Put the links right somewhere below there. It's probably not gonna be below here, but I just want to point here for no reason. But yeah, for sure. Let's get it.
All right, dog. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Bye. That's it for episode 42 with Thutmose. Thank you for tuning in and listening. Make sure to follow Thut on Instagram, which is just at Thutmose. So you can start fucking with what he's doing. You can find all the social links in the show notes. You can go find that at bwnc.com/podcast. If you watch this shit on YouTube, just leave a review in the comments. And if you listen on iTunes, leave us a review on the review page, because that shit makes us look lit. If you're interested in joining the private group, go to bwnc.com/join. Merch is currently shut down. We're about to launch some new shit, so make sure you stay on top of that. Follow Black with No Cream on Instagram at Black with No Cream, and follow my lame ass at Ben Reverse World. Subscribe to us on everything, so you can stay notified. New episodes every single Wednesday and Sunday. See you next week, you bitch!